That's Texans running back Mark Ingram earlier this week. That was not a deep fake video. He said what he said. Myles posts a story at PFT, which is what we do. Athletes say things that are interesting, and we post them and tweet them. And Mark Ingram responds saying, I see Myles was bored today. Laugh till you cry emoji, shrug emoji. So I just think, I love Mark Ingram. I think he was just having some fun. I mean, the bottom line is he said what he said. And, you know, another running back who's been around for a while, who believes in himself. I got nothing wrong with confidence. You got to have confidence or you got no business going out onto that field and risking your life and limb in a violent sport like football. And he's got that confidence. He can still do it, Myles.
I'm glad that it seems that he took that article in stride, you know, because it's not like he seemed like he wanted to come after me, like, oh, Myles was bored today. I wouldn't say that I was bored. I would say that I was just doing my job, sir. It's not like you didn't say it. So there. But nice kitchen, by the way, since we got to see that in the Zoom.
And I think he meant it in good fun. Based on the time I've been around him and dealt with him, I don't think he was. If he had a hostile message for you, the hostility would have been far more obvious than what we saw in that tweet. All right, other tweets we have seen today as we ask for questions that we can try to answer. Keywords try. At Fayed2, do you think Michael Thomas is going to have a bounce-back year, Myles? Remember, in 2019, it was 149 catches, single-season record. Last year had that badly sprained ankle in garbage time of Week 1 win over the Buccaneers, and then there was issues with a paid suspension and chatter about possibly being traded. His agents were trying to stir up interest in someone to trade for him. That is a fact. Do you think he bounces back this year?
I think it depends on who his quarterback is, because if it's Taysom Hill, I'm not confident that offense is going to resemble anything that we really saw with Drew Brees. I think it's going to be more run heavy. I think that, you know, they're going to probably do things on the inside a little bit more. And I know that Michael Thomas has done a great job of catching things closer to the line of scrimmage and then getting yards after the catch. But, like, I don't know, man. If Jameis Winston is the quarterback, I would feel a lot better about it, because I think that Jameis Winston has shown a much better penchant for being a quarterback who throws than Taysom Hill. I think he's a quarterback who runs and happens to throw when he needs to. But yeah, I sort of anticipate Jameis Winston will be the quarterback, but because we don't know, I feel like it's hard to answer that question.
Yeah, I think you're right. It all depends upon what the offense is going to look like, which depends on which guy is the quarterback. Now, there's no reason to think Michael Thomas is going to be injured all year again, but he's going to feel the pressure. And I think it's better than last year, because last year he goes into the season, he wants to do more than 149. Well, it was hard enough to get to 149. Just enjoy that you got to 149. You ain't getting to 150. And even with an extra game this year, don't worry about how many balls you catch. Worry about a team that maybe can be better offensively at stretching the field, forcing defenses to defend all of the field. And if that can open up the offense, it may be easier for Michael Thomas to not just catch, 10-yard pass, but maybe get the ball in his hands and do more damage with it and have more yards and more touchdowns, and forget about the number of catches. Jay Carm, will Julian Edelman be on the Patriots Week 1 roster? Is he a sneaky cut candidate? His dead cap hit wouldn't be that bad. I'm not sure that physically Julian Edelman is good to go with that knee problem. And I also can't help but wonder, Myles, at some level, whether or not he's feeling like a bat signal to Tampa to join Gronk and Tom Brady down there for another championship run. And not that they need him, but I'm sure Tom Brady would love to have him around if he could get him. That one has just kind of been lurking as a possibility for me, but it just feels like Julian Edelman is getting dangerously close to the end of the road.
Yeah, and I think the injury situation is probably more concerning than, a cut situation, because he has salary and then the dead cap isn't that much. I also totally agree with you on the whole bat signal to Tampa Bay thing. Like, I think that clearly they don't need him. We were just talking about how they don't really need Antonio Brown. But if you have somebody like Julian Edelman who has the built-in chemistry already with Tom Brady and has, that experience of winning championships, I think that it makes sense for him to try to get one last ride with Brady if he can. They obviously let Gronkowski do that last year when they traded him, because Gronk was still under contract when he retired. Would the Patriots love to do that? Probably not. But, if Tampa Bay is like, hey, we'll give you a 5th-round pick or something for Julian Edelman, then I think the Patriots might be able to be convinced to do that.
One more before we take a quick break. Mike D. Fins UK with the possibility of 5 quarterbacks going early in the first round. Is it the quarterbacks who are getting more talented, or is playing the position getting easier? Myles, let me try this one very concisely. I don't think it's either. I think it's that coaches are letting great college quarterbacks do at the NFL level what they did at the college level. They're not dramatically changing the offense. And also, I just think the fact that so many great quarterbacks are making their way into college. They're getting so many reps in 7-on-7 camps. It's easier to scout the quarterbacks. It's not as much of a roll of the dice as it used to be in finding guys who can come in and play. And I think the teams are doing a better job of separating the best of the best from the guys who are just okay.
It's easier to train the quarterbacks because these guys who are QBs, they are built to be QBs of the future from a very young age. I think that when they start going to these camps, that's when they really start seeing it. And then when they finally get to the league, it's like, I'm sorry, I did it again.
What?
I know.
What?
When they finally get to the league.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's a pretty good book, I've heard. But when they finally get to the league, then that's when they're able to really show what they can do. And guys know already that they have a lot of talent. So I think the other part of it is just the contract situations and how teams have to get this quarterback right really quickly, because otherwise they're going to be replaced in the regimes, whether it's the head coach or the general manager. You basically have 3 years to prove that you got your quarterback right. And if you can't do it within that time frame, then they're going to move on. So I think that kind of priority that you have to place on the QB position means that you need to draft one that you believe in. It's easier to do that if you get there early.